The American figure skater Bridget Namiotka, who declared herself a victim of harassment, died at the end of July, but the athlete's parents spoke about her death just now. In 2019, the story of American athlete John Cullen shocked the world of figure skating. He could not be ranked among the top skaters, but still, not everyone gets 2 national champion titles. John participated in the World Championships, became the winner of the 4 Continents Championship. During this time, Cullen managed to change several partners. It seemed like a good career. But this was until one moment. John was accused of sexual violence by several athletes at once. The situation affected the skater in the most deplorable way. Unable to withstand the attacks, he committed suicide. And this year, his former partner Bridget Namiotka also died, the same figure skater who reported on social networks about violence from John. Apparently, this is also suicide. And it happened not now, but a few months ago. In December 2018, Safe Sport launched an investigation into 3 episodes of sexual assault that Cullen was accused of. Safe Sport fights against bullying, physical and psychological abuse against athletes and is supported by the U.S. Olympic Committee. All statements filed by the alleged victims were anonymous. Cullen was provided with a letter outlining the main charges, signed only with initials. According to Father John Cullen, the son did not recognize anything that was said there and said that everything was only by mutual agreement. Despite this, the ex-skater began to be severely pressed on social networks, calling him a rapist and a pedophile. There were no results of the investigation for a long time. Cullen did not know what to do next. As a result, everything ended in suicide. In January 2019, Cullen was temporarily suspended from sports activities, and the next day, John died in the house where he lived with his father. A month after this event, the case was discontinued due to the absence of a potential threat, since the accused died. The story picked up some time later when Cullen's former partner Bridget Namiotka posted a comment on social media confirming that she was a partner's victim. Moreover, her attacks were made on a person who was no longer alive. John could not answer them. "Sorry, but he hurt at least 10 people, including me. He sexually abused me for 2 years. The innocent do not kill themselves," the message said. Together with Namiotka, Cullen won silver at the U.S. Junior Championships. He skated with her from 2004 to 2007. They started performing together when Bridget was only 14, John was 4 years older. 3 years later, the story was continued again. In the summer, on July 25, Namiotka died. This became known only now, after her parents told about it in a USA Today comment. According to them, their daughter did not endure a long struggle with addiction after several very difficult years of dealing with the trauma caused by sexual harassment. In addition to Namiotka, Cullen was openly accused of sexual harassment by world silver medalist Ashley Wagner. The figure skater told a story that happened to her when she was 17 years old. "I woke up because I felt that someone was crawling into bed. I was very tired and slept soundly. It didn't bother me too much because I didn't quite understand what was going on. I thought someone was looking for a place to sleep. I was too tired to pay attention to it." According to Ashley, after that, Cullen began kissing her neck, which caused her shock, and therefore she was unable to do anything. Then Wagner still managed to come to his senses and ask John to stop, which he did. He just left the room. These 2 high-profile accusations became public only after Cullen's death. Perhaps the girls were afraid of John's reaction, that he would lose his temper and hurt the skaters even more. But neither side was informed about the hot-tempered nature of the American, and the case, in fact, was never fully investigated. This all leaves room for reflection. There is no doubt about the fact of sexual relations between Cullen and his partners. This was recognized by all parties. But was it really violence? The nature of Namiotka's addiction, which was reported by the parents of the deceased girl, remains unclear. When it comes to drug addiction, the case takes on additional nuances. Did the athlete become a drug addict as a result of harassment, or were all the revelations made to her under the influence of drugs? Apparently it's impossible to find out. One of the highlights of the tournament in St. Petersburg was the return of a Terry Tutberdz's student Daniil Samsonov. The skater missed a year and a half due to Schlader's illness, so he is not chasing difficult jumps yet. The triple axel is close. Soon it will be possible to insert it into programs. Quadruple later. I first want to conquer the axel, perform it in the short, in order to have a small margin for the free. Well, during the season I will try to restore all the jumps, not only my favorite ones. You have to be able to do everything. Because one jump can go for a week, and next week it's not the same, said the 17-year-old athlete. Well, Mikhail Kolyada celebrated the victory. The Russian became the only skater who never fell in both programs, only one step out on a quadruple toe loop in the free program. This is a rarity for an athlete, which is why he received unexpectedly high marks from the judges, 298.49 for both programs. Spectators saw world records. They were installed on Saturday by Anastasia Messina and Alexander Galiamov in the competition of sports couples. They won the tournament with scores that exceeded the highest marks in the short and free programs, as well as the sum of two performances. Alas, these results will not be taken into account by the ISU, as they are shown at the internal start. In Russia, everything is official, so we will try to improve these scores even more. Of course, we are happy with these estimates, the numbers are beautiful, we will try to make them even more beautiful, Galiamov said. At the same time, the athletes said that they were working out a quadruple ejection. So there is a backlog, due to which you can show a better result. As soon as it is more or less stable, when it is safe, without injuries, then we will probably insert it, Messina explained. They competed with Alexandra Boakova and Dmitry Kozlovsky. In the short program, they beat their teammates, but withdrew from the free program. As it turned out, the coaches planned such a move in advance so that the partner would gradually recover after the injury. According to the mentor of the skaters Tamara Moskvina, the couple will be ready for the stages of the Russian Grand Prix. It was decided about 2 weeks ago, when Dima Kozlovsky started skating after an injury. It was wise to do so that they would gradually get into sports uniform and show their programs. Of course, they will be ready for the Grand Prix stages, the specialist emphasized,